Welcome to Monday. We are in the midst of a interesting storm. Nothing spectacular, but quite a bit of wind. Rain's been coming down. And I didn't have any rain gear yet, so I'm soaked. I took a video of me loading what I've got now, so that'll be up hopefully in a few days. The Jeep Wrangler with only one rear tire and an axle busted in half. The pipe that goes into the third member, rear pumpkin, whatever you want to call it, split right out. So not quite sure what happened, but there's no axle, no tire, no nothing for that side. So yeah, we're headed up Highway 99 to Brownsville to drop that off. And then we're headed to Salem to drop a Cherokee off. So I figure I'd take you along, and if you have any questions or anything else like that, feel free. So yeah, let's see, 895 subscribers as of this morning. Thank you very much. Trying to get to that 1,000 because I really want to give that tow truck away. I'm going to, I might pick like a couple and let somebody pick which one they want. But we'll see how that goes. So I stopped at Tractor Supply and bought some rain gear, and I didn't even make it out of the driveway and the power went out. So God blessed me on that one, so I could get my rain gear before the power went out. Then of course there's an intersection I got to get through that's got 4 lanes, 2 lanes in each direction one way, and then a cross street. And the single lanes are easy for people to understand, but when you've got 4 lanes, it makes it kind of hard for some people. So yeah. I am going to stop and use the restroom up here, so there's going to be a short pause in the driving, and I know I'm just following a semi here, but that orange truck that just went by, that's a company that Casey Liddell over there in Alfalfa Bend area, friend of his. He's got a video, or a couple videos on working with those guys. Really cool how they do the bales of hay so they can be transported to Japan and stuff like that. I have to really watch my chains going over railroad tracks and stuff like that, because my safety chains are extremely loose due to because I've got the Jeep chain slung. And then this road is very old asphalt that's not my speed, by the way. I'm doing 20. But yeah, as you can see to the left here, they're redoing this. It's been like this as far back as I can remember, and I moved up here in 95. So yeah, it's taken a long time coming, and probably the only reason they're actually doing it now is because they had to redo all the sidewalks and stuff for the new ADA requirements. Which I understand the need for the ADA stuff. Make sure people walk and stuff like that, but they change every 2 years. So you've got all this construction going on that the city and the county and state have to pay for. I'm sure there's some grants involved in there too, but then at the same time, in a couple years, they have to redo it all because they change the ADA requirements. So I don't get it. I mean, I understand, you know, better ideas come around and stuff like that, but it just sucks that they have to come back and, you know, in a few years they'll have to tear all this up and redo it all. So, and here's my restroom stop. I'm sure my fellow tow truck drivers will agree with me that you learn very quickly where all the porta potties are. Google screaming in my ear. I'm going the wrong way. But anyway, I will be right back and enjoy the view. It's kind of subsided a little bit. Wind's died down a touch and not raining as hard, so I'll be right back. Alright guys, so I am back. Alrighty, we don't have too far to go to drop this first one off. And we get to go to Salem. And I'm glad I've got this Wrangler on the wheel lift. It's just going to be much easier to get off the truck than if it was on the deck. Hoping that I can get some decent content for you guys. I mean, like I've said many times, the stuff I do my opinion, is boring. So they do the same thing every day. I just go and pick up cars and drop cars off. Sure, there's some that are cool to look at because they're cars that are all mangled up and stuff. And here, I don't show any fatalities, so any cars the people survived. And something else that I don't usually show, other people do, so I'm maybe not too worried about it then, but the lockouts, I mean, anybody can get a hold of or make, in a sense, the tools that we use. So, I mean, something to remember is if you really want stuff in your car to be secure and have the highest chance of not getting stolen, put it in the trunk. And don't have a manual release. An electronic release will work, but put your purse, your wallet, golf clubs, laptops, any of that stuff that is expensive, that's easy to grab. Put it in your trunk. If you don't have a trunk, you've got a pickup or something. Get a high quality toolbox for the bed and lock it up in there. If you got a good seal on it and stuff like that, it's going to be just as good as the trunk. Got a traffic jam, truck stop. I'm headed to Brownsville, which is just up here. Used to have a country music festival up here until the promoters of the last one that we had basically screwed everybody out of their money. So, unfortunately, Brownsville, as far as I know, doesn't have a country music festival anymore, which really sucked because they had one of the best areas. Sweet Home has one, but it's like at the high school, so it's kind of limited on the size of the population that can be there. So that kind of sucks, but where the Brownsville one was in, a farmer's field, in a sense like it should be, at least in my opinion. And there, you camped right there and everything else, so I mean, we're right there. Sweet Home's a lot harder to camp at, I think. I've been to the one at Sweet Home. That one is pretty cool. I've did service calls at the one here in Brownsville, so I know, a little bit. This wind's pushing me all over the place. Almost dry, so I'm gonna put my rain gear on before I start working on getting this thing off my truck. For the love of God, in weather like this, turn your lights on. I think that your windshield wiper switch should be tied in directly to your headlights. If the windshield wipers are on, your headlights come on. That's the way it should be. That's cute. I don't know if you guys saw that, but it's a old pickup truck for advertisement for a company, and it's got a skeleton under the hood with a pair of jumper cables trying to jumpstart his friend that's on the ground. So that's kind of funny. Hope you guys can see it. Blowing, but the rain's kind of let up a little bit. Map up, so I don't know exactly where I'm going. Alright, so we are going on the main street here. Brownsville's a really neat little town. They got a really cool museum that a lot of it is actually inside old boxcars that they've, cut the sides out and put together and stuff like that. So that's really cool. There used to be a rail line that came through here. So railroad was pretty big for them. May have to cut the video off so I can have the address, because I'm not exactly sure what it is at this point. But I'm going to try something here. Give me just a second. So the Copart app doesn't go sideways. So all right, so let's get going. At least I've got the address now. welcome everybody. So we are in Brownsville, Oregon, a little town northeast of Eugene. I've got a 2013 Jeep Wrangler that I'm dropping off that doesn't have a driver's side rear tire. Yeah, driver's side rear tire is gone. The axle's actually busted in half. So it's just kind of hanging there. My chain sling that I use to tow it is holding the axle together so it doesn't fall off going down the road. The wind has kind of died down a little bit. We've had a pretty bad windstorm. The rain has let up significantly from this morning. Stopped at Tractor Supply and grabbed some rain gear. Not the stuff I really wanted, but it's the stuff I could get a hold of. And I didn't even make it out of the parking lot and the power went out. So God blessed me with able to get my rain gear before the power shut off. So that's kind of nice. It's interesting when you get outside of the main cities, Eugene, Springfield, Salem, Portland, you know, the Portland Metro and stuff, how many Trump flags you see and USA and American flags and everything else. But you get near the big cities and stuff and it's just like, man, you don't see quite as many. I see more in Eugene than I do in the other towns. But let's see. Alright, so we got to turn up here. Almost there. And as usual, I'm going to have to shut the phone off to do my paperwork and everything. So we'll be back once I'm done with that. And we got to run to Salem, which is another 45 minutes or so. I'm not quite exactly sure. I don't really pay attention enough to it. Yeah, you can see the wind a little bit in that tree. And this is our first real storm of the season. Pretty sure the comments are open, so I mean, let me know where you guys are watching from, or gonna guess one might be my son, but I'm not sure at this point. He might be asleep. He got stuck out fishing this morning when the rain and the storm hit. The GPS is showing that this is 25 miles an hour. I'm not quite sure I believe that, but with the wind and the rain and trying to figure out where I'm going, there's no reason to really go that fast. With a cautionary speed of 40 miles an hour, and now it says 45, so yeah. Got less than a mile to go. Say, I hope once I'm monetized, I'll be able to get a camera that I can live stream with. Then I won't have to turn the phone off to do my stuff. I mean, not that there's a lot to see once I stop the truck and I'm unloading, but some beautiful country. So even if, you know, your guys play, I know it doesn't get a lot of rewatches, but post down in the comments, let me know where you're from. You don't have to say city if you don't want to, but at least the, you know, state or country would be nice. Let's see, we're looking for 37,355. Should be this right here. And of course there's no address sign, so I don't know if this is the place or not. So I guess we'll just pull over and so we'll go up to the gate. We're up to the house. So that's not what I want to take off. Alright, so I will be right back, guys. right, so howdy. So this is the gentleman that's supposed to get this Jeep that I'm supposed to be dropping off, and the address that they gave me is the correct address. GPS, of course, you know, all-knowing Google has it back there, but supposedly it's up here. So we will have to see what we got going. I was gonna have to make a phone call, but they've lost power too at their work, so that's why he's here. Are getting this because we're pretty much out of cell phone service here, so I'm sure it's probably getting pretty bad on video. You know, I just downloaded the Copart app on my tablet like maybe 20 minutes ago now, and it didn't load the current version. That made absolutely no sense, but okay, whatever. Cell service a little bit better here, so I can't see, you know, I just see what the camera sees. I can't tell, you know, what the coming up to where we're going to go here. Oh boy. This could be interesting. Oh, well, it's like maybe. Let's see. Yep, Trump flag. Looks like I got plenty of room to move around and stuff, so we'll see where they want this broken thing.
You probably can't back that in, can you?
Where?
Anywhere in here?
No, probably. Yeah.
Great.
Okay. Turn around to do it though. I know they say you should back in, you know, with your, you know, not on your blind side. You want to back where it's easier to see. Well, in this case, I really can't do it because it's too much of an angle. So I might be dragging a chain now. Back on here. Headset. nice stable area, so I can go up on that. Go. Alright guys, I gotta steal the phone for a minute, so I'll be back. Sorry about moving the phone around. I gotta get plugged back in. Try to get it plugged back in. There we go. I don't know if it's working or not. Cell service sucks out here. We're out in the boonies for cell phone service, at least. Off to Salem. Off to Salem. I punch in the address in Google, and Google goes, well, I don't know where that is. So I'll have to get up here, pull off, and try to manipulate it or something to find the correct address. So today you'll see a little bit of the country, a little bit of the city. Pulled our service area in a little bit. Long distance runs weren't exactly paying the bills, so they reined us in a little bit. I'll still have some long distance ones, but I can't do lives on those anyway. Hungry. It is almost lunchtime. A lot of times I don't take lunches, but I should take lunches, I know. But usually I'm just trying to get the job done and either get back home or get over to my girlfriend's house. I mean, I'm still on call, after I get done with the Copart stuff, but I also want to get a camera because it'll have a wider view. I don't like this vertical view for a lot of stuff. I can probably turn the phone sideways, but I got to turn it back upright again. It's just very hard to manipulate this mount. I hope it's not bouncing around too much. I've changed how it sits. It was the mount was in the view of the camera. That was blocking some of your view, and it was actually leaving a mark on my dash where it was rubbing. So that I'm not very happy about that. I know it's a work truck, but it doesn't need to be messy. It doesn't need to be messed up. proper here, back inside the city. If I ended up moving somewhere local, I might think about this area. It's got farmland and hills, trees. Cool little area. My goal was to, maybe move to Bend, Redmond, Lapine area, but really don't think that's going to happen anymore. Stop up here at the Dairy Mart. It's got a big enough parking lot for me so I can try to figure out the address of where we're going. Definitely some old houses in here. It's kind of hard to see on the phone. That's why I need my camera. The museum's another block up on this side of the road. Of course, they have a Dollar General. Imagine that. I got that unit 1.5 thing again. Alright, so that's the problem. There. This is the guy I took to the other day. Yep, I think it is. Alright. So, yep, same guy I went to a couple days, or last week. So it's 45 minutes up there. We just go back out to the freeway, head north, and it's just a little ways off the freeway. Last time I went up there, I had twins on. So he likes these things in the alley. what the notes are. Yep. Does not say anything about calling ahead, so I will just head up there. And I know where to park it, so that makes it easy. I think we have the pickups, I think, are Albany and Corvallis, I think. Nothing super difficult. Here very soon I'll have my scanner and my GMRS radio hooked up, and you guys actually hear something just besides wind and sound of the truck. That I bought my rain gear, and now the rain's pretty much stopped. Probably have to put it on to load because at least for the one that goes on the deck, I'll have to get down on the ground unless it drives. Yeah, pretty much finally dried out. Weather guys say that, you know, we're in an El Nino now, but the last time we were in El Nino, we had a couple, if I remember correctly, I know one was definitely, but we had a couple of the snowiest winters we'd had down here in the valley. So they say that's kind of backwards. It's supposed to be warmer and wetter, but we've definitely got some good snows. And why are you walking across the freeway? just seems to do nothing but hitchhike up and down I-5. I've seen her in Southern Oregon, down towards Grants Pass. I've seen her Cottage Grove. Now I've seen her up here, north of Eugene. And I'm very confident it's the same woman. So I'm not exactly sure what she's doing, but yeah. For the most part, I saw her like going between Cottage Grove and Eugene. So I thought, okay, maybe she was going to school or work or something like that, doesn't have a car or still wants to work. Kudos, great. Well, now that I'm seeing her all over the place, now I've got some serious questions. Probably ones I don't want answers to, but I don't know her, I don't know her situation, so that's as far as my speculation is going to go, at least on here. So, yeah. Yeah, a little bit in here, getting a little warm. It's only 61 degrees outside. Say the rain has subsided quite a bit. We're supposed to have rain through the end of the week, so I think Sunday or Monday, I think, is supposed to be the end of the rain. But this is Oregon, you never know. Public service announcement, make sure you drink a lot of water even in the wintertime. I know it feels like a lot of times you don't need it, but you need just as much water in the winter as you do in the summer. So, yeah, keep water with you, keep drinking. The phone isn't bouncing around too much. I'm looking at it here, it looks like it's moving around quite a bit, but the phone does have some image stabilizer on it, so I don't know if it's making y'all sick or not, but I'll have to look back at the footage and see. Car just passed me, the woman's eating a salad. Fan from California. And go Ducks, by the way. So far they seem to be doing really good. I used to be heavy into listening to the games because I worked most Saturdays, and so I had the game on the radio, and it was pretty hardcore in it. And then I went out of area for a while and came back, and it was just like meh. Because it got to the point where, you know, you can call me a fair weather fan or whatever you want to call it, but when the same thing happens game after game after game and year after year, some of us kind of get a little tired of it. And I know I'm probably, you know, nitpicking, but I mean, most of the time, well, I can't say most of the time because I don't watch every game. It seems like there's more times than not, we'll go there, I guess, that the Ducks do extremely well in the first half. And then it's like they don't think they need to play anymore. or they hustle so hard in the first half that they're too tired in the second half to keep up. Again, I haven't watched the game this year. I just basically kind of watched the highlights and look at the score. Work much on Saturday anymore. We don't. I don't have that many calls, so I'm usually doing other things than listening to the game. Locals watching, we're looking for 2 drivers actually. We have a temporary driver for our flatbed. He wants to just do nights, so we've got a night driver. He's helping us out right now to keep the money coming in during the day, but we're looking for a flatbed driver and a driver for our wrecker. We're holding off on fixing the wrecker until we've got at least somebody who's interested in it. You have to pass a background check, you have to pass a drug test, the normal BS nowadays. CYOA for us. Pay 25%. Right now we don't have any benefits or anything else like that. Unfortunately, we're just not big enough. Our call volume right now is hit and miss because we are so small, and we've had breakdowns and stuff, which hurts us on the call volume. You can call the dispatch line, or you can email us, marks_towing@yahoo.com, and we can shoot you an application or have you come fill one out. Flatbed, one that's available, is a 95. It's old and it's showing it. So it's not this brand new rig like I've got, unfortunately. We're hoping if we can get enough, if we can get the drivers and keep the trucks on the road. We're hoping to have a newer truck maybe by summer or fall. It's not going to be another brand new one. We're not going to do the Copart one again. For us, it's just right now we're almost a break even on it. We get a little bit more than what we spend. So at least right now, in our opinion, it's not worth bringing another truck on next year. I know a gentleman that's just killing it with one of these trucks, so I think it's because of our distance. Most guys are running, I believe most guys are running just in town stuff, short distance. But our zones are upwards of 300 miles out one way, and the time that it takes to go out to do these longer runs just doesn't give you any option to run, your private calls. Even if I leave like 6 o'clock in the morning, get down there and get back, it's then in the winter, of course, it's going to be even worse because with the snow and the stuff like that, you can't leave that early. So yeah, Copart has been outstanding on this truck. I'm going to do a full video probably at the year mark of this, but the guys and gals there at our yard there in Eugene, outstanding people. They treat you very well. I mean, the first day I was there, I got a pizza party, so It wasn't for me, obviously, but they had pizza. A couple, let's see, middle of last week, I think we had Red Robin. Just gotta get there, certain days and certain times, and you can get treats. I don't know if the other yards do it or not. I'm sure they do. Because I've got this little Prius coming on, and he wants to do the exact speed I'm doing, so I'm forced to go over instead of, speeding up or slowing down. And now he's going to park right beside me with no headlights on. Moving back now. But don't do that, people. I mean, yes, I could get over, so it's not that big of a deal. But you should be matched to the freeway speed by the time you hit the end of the solid white line. Where it starts doing the dashes, you should be up to speed. So, which the speed limit right now for cars is 65. It's 60 for us. So if you're a semi, you should be at 60. If you're a car, you should be at 65 by the time you hit those dashes. Now, if traffic's heavy and I can't scoot over, you need to slow down or speed up to either get in front of me or get behind me. If the front of your car is behind my doors, I will not slow down. I don't care. If you're in front of me, in front of my doors and stuff like that, and at least trying to get to the speed limit, I will probably back off if I can't change lanes. But that's your responsibility to match the speed of the freeway before you get on the freeway. That's why some people call those run-up ramps. I think some states call them that instead of on-ramps or something. You're supposed to run up the speed before you get on the freeway. No idea where that license plate is from. I have never seen a license plate like that. It's got a jalapeno on it. Okay. Yes, Mexico maybe? I don't know. Decided to look into another camera for the backup camera that we have, because I basically use it as a rear view mirror, but because of this being the Super Cab, it's extremely hard for me to be able to turn around and see what the car on the deck is doing, and depending on the size of the car, it's hard to see the hood and the front in the mirrors. So I wanted to get another camera to put up in the center so I can see what the car's doing. If there's anything blowing or a body part that's coming off or something like that. I about fell on the floor when I found out they were almost $500 just for the camera itself. Yeah, I'm glad they put this on before we got it. That's ridiculous. And so far, it's been a really good camera. I am unhappy with the fact that you can't keep it on daylight. It goes to in the infrared or whatever, night vision. When I have a vehicle on and it goes to night vision, it's so bright and so washed out that I have a hard time seeing the things I need to see, like my chains and stuff. But because of the tail lights and the marker lights in the back, sometimes it'll flip the day and I can see very well. But as far as I can tell, this is Safety Vision, is what company this is. I've tried to look and I don't see a way to keep it locked to daylight mode. So if anybody knows how to do that, please leave a down in the comments or shoot me a message or something that tells me how to do it. But yeah, so we won't be getting the other camera anytime soon. So this is Albany. It's kind of a meh town. There's not really a whole lot to it. I mean, they have a Costco and, you know, some big box stores. Kohl's is right here, Winco. But there's not really a whole lot to it. I haven't done any exploring up here or, you know, a lot of research on Albany, but I used to come up here all the time for horse shows. Showed horses up here. Before they destroyed the beautiful fairgrounds to build the metal one. Yeah, not happy about that. Four by 4 solid, or 12 by 12 solid timbers. Yeah. It was all wood, just, they painted it white every year, seemed like, and it was just so cool. I don't know when they built the new fairgrounds, but apparently they decided that they didn't need the old one. Again, I haven't actually done the research on it, but I am assuming that it was destroyed. I doubt they took it apart piece by piece and moved it somewhere. But, oh well, what do you do? Some people are just so anxious to destroy history. It irritates me. Like Oak Ridge had a one of the rare 2-story Southern Pacific passenger stations, and of course after Union Pacific bought them out or took them over, or whatever you want to call it, Union Pacific said they wanted it off their property. They tried to give it away. Just come get it. Put it on a trailer, get it out of here. With Oak Ridge being, you know, heavy railroad back in the day, you would think somebody would come up with it. The museum or the city or something would take it. Nope. What did they do? They burned it. Yeah. It's too easy to destroy history. I know you can get them on, you know, the National Historic Registry and stuff like that, which makes it extremely hard to do pretty much anything with them, other than restore them or something. But a lot of times it takes too long, and if somebody doesn't jump on it right away, it's gone. Yeah. Anyway, babbling. Sorry. Having a hard time keeping it in the lane. Still a little windy, but not quite that bad. Normally I'll stop up here at the Albany rest area and do a check on my straps and stuff, but I did that in Brownsville, so I'm not too worried about it. Straps are tight, it's in park, so brakes on. Slowdown up here. I don't understand why this constantly gets a slowdown. The other day there was a semi broke down in the hammer lane, so that kind of made sense. But I mean, we've been cruising pretty good from Brownsville. When we get up into Albany, usually there's a little bit of a slowdown back in Albany where those on-ramps come on. Some reason, and I'm going to squirrel for a second because this car just passed me. She's eating a bowl of soup. I can see a hamburger. Okay, I can see, you know, something that you can kind of unwrap, hold it in one hand, and eat it. I get that. Okay. This guy's coming from Copart too. The tailgate's open on the Tesla. All right. A bowl of soup. You got to hold it with two hands. And what the hell? Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, I don't get it. You got the wind, you've got water. Well, it doesn't matter, even if it's dry and sunny outside. Don't eat soup while you're driving your car. Oh boy. This is the stuff I see on a daily basis. People reading books, people watching videos. Are y'all stupid? I'm sorry, that's the only way I can describe that. I mean, one, it's illegal. We are allowed to do it limited because it's part of our job description, job duties, I don't know what you want to call it. But because we have maps and stuff that we have to look at and things that we have to enter, you know, we're allowed to use our phones limited. They still want us to use the hands-free device. But, oh, and that's another thing. Hands-free does not mean speakerphone holding it a little ways away from your mouth. Hands-free means you do not touch your phone. It is in the seat, it's in its mount on the window or your dashboard. You're using a headset or your radio. If you have a Bluetooth radio, like I do. I use my headset though instead of the radio, but that's what hands-free means. That's the law. The phone doesn't, it's not in your hands. Bluetooth radios are very inexpensive. Bluetooth headsets are fairly inexpensive. I think the one I'm wearing, I think was, want to say 150. I'm not sure if that's true or not. But it's OpenCom Pro, I think, by Shocks. It's one of the bone conducting headphones. I've had it at least well over a year, for sure. I love it. It's giving me no problems at all. Connects up just fine, changes between phones just fine. The audio quality for talking is very good. Very easy to understand people. Music plays nicely. People can hear me just fine. It's got the boom mic on it, which you can get it with or without. I prefer usually the boom mic. I think it works better in the environment that I'm in. But it works very well. I mean, there are plenty of other bone conducting headsets on the market. My girlfriend, bought a cheaper one to see if she would like the feel of it, and she was okay with the feel, but it didn't work worth a damn. So that kind of turned her off of it. So she just uses her phone or her radio in her car and stuff, or a speaker if she's in the kitchen or something like that. She'll turn the speaker on. But for professionals and drivers and stuff like that, this works just outstanding. I love it. The boss has one, dispatch has one. So yeah, definitely will buy again if something happens to this one. Question that people are going to have: okay, you're wearing it outside, stuff like that. How is it for water resistance? Well, I forgot I was wearing it one day, and I took a shower. Didn't bother it at all. So yeah, it's definitely water resistant. I don't know what the IP rating is, but if I can take a shower with it on my head, I think it'll be okay for a little bit of rain. It's weird because it's got pads that are against your skin, and it's actually wearing's the wrong word, but it's creating smooth spots on my skin in front of my ears. So I don't know if that'll bother you or not. If you have sideburns, like sometimes mine get pretty thick before I'm able to shave. It doesn't work as well if it's not right up against your skin. So you need to make sure to keep your hair trimmed up or however you want to do it. But yeah, I love them. Definitely recommend them to my fellow tow truck drivers and such. The advantage to the bone conducting is it leaves your ears open. I can hear everything around me while I'm talking or while I'm not talking. You don't have these things stuck in your ear to muffle the sound that's around you, because I have the backup camera and it has sound on it. So I use that to listen to, for my chains. If my chains drop off or something, I can hear them. If I had AirPods or, a full headset or something, sure, you can have one with just one ear, but I might not be able to hear it, especially if I'm on the phone or something like that. So yeah, they're well worth the money. So, not sponsored, not Shocks doesn't even know I exist. But yeah, you guys want to send me one, that's fine. But no, it's definitely worth the money. So check them out. Got them on Amazon. their own website and stuff. But yeah, so we're coming into Salem now. We have 12 minutes to the drop. Oh, and that Jeep, the guy that met me, he was the driver of that Jeep. I know you guys didn't get to see it really on the phone. So, like I say, the video will be coming out hopefully soon. Just getting the time in my life to not only find good videos to shoot, but to actually have time to edit them. But yeah, that Jeep is pretty torn up. Went over on its side at least. Might have gone over on its roof. But ripped the rear axle out of it. Busted the rear axle in half. So yeah, it was a wild ride, and he got a cut on his arm. That was it.